All right, Shalom. All praise, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh Bashim Shai, Bashim Harakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful leg bros out there and a few sisters that's tuning in. I say Shalom, and I like to give some attention to the Israelite foreigners that are starting to wake up. Those that don't quite resemble the appearance of what a natural Israelite may come, looking like one of the 12 tribes, but they may look like one of the other nations that they've been scattered amongst, but their seed line goes back to one of the 12 tribes, one of the tribes, and they starting to believe. I like to say shalom to you too, because the mass awakening is happening. It's brothers and sisters. I mean, you starting to see Israelites all over, and it's crazy. I'm down here in Denver, and I done ran into a number of Israelites. Yeah, the Most High is waking Jake up. Whether they're Israelite foreigner or whether they resemble and look like an Israelite, know that they part of the 12 tribes. This thing is out there. It's no going back now. Ain't no turning back the hands of time. It's all gas, no brakes. And so I got this video I want to do a quick video on. I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to go into the scriptures from there.
Go to Facebook with my problems, but y'all need to hear this. I'm working 4 motherfucking jobs, busting my motherfucking ass, man. I've been taking care of this girl since she was 19, man. We've been living together. I got 3 motherfucking jobs, man. I ain't never fooled around on or none of that, man. I come home from work tonight, and I knew something wasn't right because I was supposed to work a double. But I come home from work tonight, and even before I came home, excuse me, I'm out of breath. She keep calling me asking am I working a double, so I lie and tell her, yeah. I stick the key in the door. First off, when I get off the bus down the street from the house, I see a car parked in the driveway that I ain't never seen in the driveway before. So I stick the key in the door, man. I walks in and I hear goddamn bad Ryder running and shit, candles and shit laying in the bathtub. I walk in this motherfucking, man. It's a goddamn nigga naked, man. A nigga naked, man, standing in my motherfucking bathroom, man. Standing in my motherfucking bathroom, man. A motherfucking nigga standing in my bathroom naked, man. Standing in my motherfucking bathroom naked, man. Got my bitch up on the sink, motherfucking candles and shit. Eating that motherfucking pussy, man. So you know what I did? I backed away, man. I went in the kitchen, the tool drawer. I came back. I busted the door, and I bust that bitch in her motherfucking head with this motherfucking hammer. Now this to all you cheating ass bitches out there. Don't fuck around and let your man catch you. You go fuck around and get busted in your goddamn head with a hammer. Her goddamn ass laying goddamn in the garage right now. I'm about to cut this bitch up, put her in the trunk, and toss her ass over in the goddamn I'm about to toss this bitch in the motherfucking right over there on the Cincinnati Bridge. I'm going into Kentucky. They gonna find this bitch floating by the Bengals practice field. Think I'm playing, man. I worked too goddamn hard for this. The goddamn nigga thought he just was gonna get up out of there, so I bust him in his motherfucking head with a hammer. He fell in the bathtub, and I threw the goddamn radio in the tub. He in there burnt up now. All you women out here fucking around on y'all's man, you dirty ass bitches, you ain't no good, you need to be killed. God damn it. And after this, I'm putting this on the internet, I'm going down to the police station and tell them, yes, I bust that bitch in the head with a hammer.
That's it right there, man. That's a cold story to hear. I haven't done any research to see how true it is, or if it's a man just venting, or if he really did this. But the point of the matter is, doing what she did, it'll cause a man to be this way. Like this is this is what women think. Women think that their actions has no consequences to it. It's gonna come a time where guys just not gonna keep going for this. Like the man said, he been taking care of this woman since she was 19. He working 3 jobs or 4 jobs to support her, and she pushing him to trying to find out if you working a double so she can double dip into with another nigga. This stuff is crazy. Like you did all this, and like really he shouldn't even went. If he did do this, the spirit of a spirit got on him to do this. It's not the way you handle it. You're supposed to walk away. Just it ain't worth it. Not a man. If he did do this, he will be sitting in on death row in prison for life, because that's what, because Esau, he condones this type of stuff. He'll throw the book at this man, put him away forever for this, for something like this, when the Bible, he didn't do nothing wrong according to the eyes of the Most High. You catch a woman committing adultery, and the man too, you could put them both to death. And this man know she had a man. He walked in that house. His pictures are. It's probably his place. Got all kind of evidence that a man lived there. And besides that, for her to be seeing if he gonna work a double to have this dude come to the house, the dude knew she had a man. So I'm gonna get into the scriptures. First scripture I'm gonna bring out is Amos 7:17. It says, "Therefore thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land." And that's definitely going on here in America. "And Israel shall surely go into captivity for a fourth of his land." So these things are taking place nowadays, especially the fact that our wives are gonna be harlots in the city. And it ain't far-fetched to believe that you may think the world of your woman, but you can't be in a mindset where you think your woman you with won't do this, because you think this man was catching a bus home thinking he about to walk in on his woman, getting down with another man. Like this wasn't premeditated or planned. That man coming home think he coming home to his woman, and he comes home to another man about to enjoy his wife because they think he working a double. Now the crazy thing about it is she had planned the whole thing out, right? So this scripture is Proverbs 30:20. "Such is the way of an adulterous woman," meaning such of a way of she commits adultery. This woman planned this adultery out. Like, that's how adulterous woman. She the only thing she wasn't able to do was confirm was he really working a double. She took his word for it, but she planned it. That's the way of an adulterous woman. It says, "She eateth and wipeth her mouth and said, I have done no wickedness." Now we talking adultery, right? So what symbolizes the fact that she eat it? Meaning when you eat something, it's supposed to be nourishing, it's supposed to be enjoyable, it's a meal. So in this sequence, her eating, meaning actually this dude caught her getting eaten out. Another man was eating on his woman. So her eating meaning she's enjoying, another man's sexually. And when it says she wipeth her mouth, meaning when you eat something and you make a mess, you clean it up. You wipe off your mouth so it won't have no traces of the fact that you just been eating. And what she does is she by the time, if he would have really been working a double, she would have been eating of this man. This dude would have went in there and did she probably would have, smashed this man any and every way that he wanted. They started off in the bathroom. They was about to take a bath together, and then they probably would have been all through that house doing their thing while this man is at work. And when it says wipeth her mouth, meaning she cleaned it up, meaning by the time he come home from working that double, she would have cleaned up the house, took the candles out, and had no traces of another man being in there and no evidence that anything went down in there. That's her cleaning it up. That's, cleaning up her traces of no evidence of what she was doing. And then she says she wiped her mouth that she had done no wickedness, meaning she ain't gonna tell. She ain't gonna say it. She gonna keep that secret, and she gonna make it seem like she's just a good girl. She ain't done nothing. Actually, I'm gonna close with that scripture. This is Sirach 26. I'm gonna start at verse 11. Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. So my man, when she calling this man, asking him, is he working a double? He already had, he must have already had some suspicions, some wondering, some concerns, some thoughts, because as soon as she told him that, he knew he wasn't working a double. But he lied because he wanted to see if he can catch her, in something. Like, why she wondering if I'm working a double tonight? So I'm gonna tell her, yeah, but I'm gonna roll up in there and see. I'm gonna just come home. And if she would have, she would have been in there by herself and wouldn't have been doing nothing, she might have asked him, why you told me you was working a double? He probably said, I was started to work a double. I was gonna work a double, but I decided to come home. I'm tired, or they didn't need me, or whatever. He could have made any excuse to say why he didn't work the double when he came home. But he told her to lie. He supplanted her. He a Jake. He told her that, but he didn't. He was really trying to go see if he can catch this chick. And that has to come from what? Some suspicions that he had. Right? Verse 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he has found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. So let's dissect this. Let's go deeper into of what this is saying. So it says she will open her mouth. Her mouth, right? It symbolizes like she's thirsty, or if you're craving something, you want something, you open your mouth to receive it. And it says, as a thirsty traveler, when he have found a fountain. So if you're a thirsty traveler, you on the move, you traveling, and you thirsty, and you see a fountain, or you see a water source, a mountain that has a stream of water. What's the first thing you're gonna do if you're thirsty? You're gonna partake. You're gonna get in there and drink all you need, till you not thirsty anymore. You may feel like you dehydrated. You get to drinking until you hydrated, till you don't need any more to drink. And it says, and drink of every water near her. The water represents many men. A woman have a thirst for men, and she'll open up her mouth and she'll deal with every man that's around her. Any man that's near her that's willing to give her what she wants, she gonna take it. It says, by every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver. Her quiver is her korbah. And that means her vagina, her coochie, or however terminology you want to, her vajayjay, like they like to say, women be saying, right? That's her quiver. And like a quiver is what the Indians used to have on their back, and they had their bow and arrows. Their bow and arrows would go behind their back inside the quiver, and they would reach back and pull out an arrow out of the quiver and put it in the bow and the arrow and shoot it. Well, her quiver represents her box, and the arrow represents another man's rod, another man's, his sex tool, So she'll open up her quiver for every arrow to go against her, and you shoot an arrow, an arrow penetrates. It penetrates the flesh, and that's what sex is. A man cuts into a woman. He goes inside of her, in her womb. So this is giving you the fully description of how women are, how they do. And like the scripture we read before that in Proverbs, saying that she'll wipe her mouth and say she done no wickedness. I mean, women do all kind of stuff, and you'll never know. My godfather told me, he said, he used to have, he was old school, so he used to have a whole bunch of little sayings that he used to say. Some of the stuff I picked up and understood what he said. Some of the stuff I didn't know, no clue what he said till I got older, till my mind started to mature, and I start to experience in life and seeing things for myself, and I'd be like, oh, damn, that's what he's talking about. You know, he used to lay heavy shit on me all the time. And one thing he used to say is, he used to say, a woman, she could be having sex with 5 guys behind that light pole and you won't see nothing. And I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? How you gonna have sex behind a light pole? I mean, I'm young, at the time he telling me this, and I'm thinking literal. I'm not, me being I don't want to say immature, but not the mature minded that I have now. But back then, I'm not seeing deeper into what he's saying. I'm thinking literally as he's telling me this. Like, what you mean she could have sex behind a pole with 5 dudes and you don't see nothing? He's basically was saying they that slick, they that crafty, they're that conniving, they're that secretive. They're slick. They'll do all kind of stuff that really you supposed to see. They do stuff in plain sight and you don't see it. You don't know because you don't. For one, you ain't suspecting it, but they do stuff in your face. Like, I'll give you an example. I didn't realize this till I was older. I had an ex-girlfriend, right? And she used to answer the phone. Every time she answered her phone, she would talk to whoever's on the other line. She would talk to that person like it's me, like I'm her, like it's like she's talking to her man, right? It could be her sister, it could be her father, it could be a close friend, it could be whoever it was, it's somebody she knew. She was, it was baby this, and she talked to him with endowment. Like, she would talk to them. If I didn't know no better, you would think she's on the phone with me. Like, how you talking to this person like that? And she would do it in front of me. And she would do that so I wouldn't suspect that she talking to another nigga, a nigga she's fooling around on me with. So I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to think, oh, she talked to everybody like that. So I wouldn't suspect it's a dude. So when a nigga would call her, she could talk to this dude normal, like how she normally would talk to him in front of me, and I won't say nothing because I'm thinking she talked to everybody. No, hell no. I checked that shit. Like, listen, man, you don't talk to nobody like that but me. I'm gonna raise hell. Let me hear you talk to somebody else like that. Because I'm not no fool. I see what you're doing. Like little sneaky shit like that, Women do stuff like that. Like a man be walking in the mall with his woman, right? I'm gonna get to this last scripture, but I'm just basically going just elaborating on the topic here. So you got a man that's on, at the mall walking down the mall with his woman. And of course it's a mall, so you're gonna see other attractive women there, women with tight jeans on, fitted skirts and dresses and stuff. So men were visual. We see something we like, we our eyes is on it. Like, so men don't really know. A lot of guys don't know how to sneak and look or whatever. The point is, a man will want to sneak and look. Your woman done peeped that chick way before you saw her. Women see the competition. They see her. They see her seconds before you even laid eyes on her. She already scoped that chick out, and she know you're gonna try to, somehow sneak a look. And she'll sit there, and then you'll be walking and you paying no attention, and then the chick done walk past you and your woman, and you done took a few steps later, then you try to turn around and look, take a look, because she got a fat ass, and you could tell from them tight jeans she got on. You want to see what's it looking like on the backside. So you try to turn at an angle and you look back a little, you try to sneak it in, then you look back at your woman, she looking dead at your face like, nigga, I knew you was gonna do this way before you saw her. And she watched you and just watched you make that mistake. Women, they're way more slick than that. They don't do that. And I had to learn this from my cousin. She's more like a sister to me. I was raised with her. We were raised like sisters. She would put me and my cousin Bunch of Quat. It's his sister, but we were all raised as brothers and sisters. She used to put us up on game all the time on how women are. That's one of the reasons why I don't think me and him ever just got played like by chicks and just was foolish and went for all the dumb and fell for the okie doke. Like, she would put us up on games. Like, I ain't gonna let none of these little bras just play y'all. So she would tell us all kind of stuff. And one thing she told me, she was like, chicks do stuff like this. A chick ain't gonna sneak and look at a nigga that they want to check out. All she has to do is find some reason to get you to look at the dude. She might say, hey, how you like them shoes he got on? I think them is tight. Did you like those shoes? I saw them in the store. I was thinking about getting them for you. Or she'll be like, I like that hat he rocking. Would you rock a hat like that? She just needs you to look at the nigga. She'll make it seem like it's something he wearing that she would want to see you wearing, or she would want you to get. And you over there looking at the hat, or you over there looking at the jersey the nigga got on or whatever. She don't give a shit about that at all. Her whole purpose is to get you to look at the nigga so she can look at the nigga. And you won't suspect that she's checking this nigga out in plain sight. That's what my godfather meant by when he said a woman could be doing dirt behind a pole and you can't see it. She's doing it in broad daylight and out in the public in your face and you don't see it. You don't have no idea what she's doing. She checking the nigga out and all she got to do is get you to check this nigga out. And once you looking at him, last thing on your mind is thinking she looking at him. And you thinking she trying to put you up on, or she gonna buy you a hat, or she think you look good in this. That's how women are, man. Women are slick, and that's the things that they do. But a lot of men are starting to catch on to their ways. That's why a lot of these women, they don't like the MAGTOW movement, men going their own way. They don't like that. They don't like Kevin Samuels. They don't like men that speak up. They don't like these podcasts that are out there that are putting men up on game and letting their secrets out and exposing a lot of the dirt that they be doing. And that's why they got all happy when Kevin Samuels passed away. Kevin Samuels is a Jake. He comes from the line. He comes from a man. He's out of that line of Abel, transitory. Here 1 minute, gone the next. But his purpose stood. What he stood for and what he did was put out there in the world, and it can't be taken away. And just because he's not here with us anymore, his work is here. And it's heavy rotation on YouTube. You go on social media all the time, you see his clips all the time. So it's really just a smack in you women's face that don't like Kevin Samuel and don't like what he was doing, which was exposing a lot of the ways of the women of today. Y'all don't like that, but guess what? You're going to have to live with it because the work he did was done. And ain't nothing you could do about it. You can't scrub the internet and take it off. There's too many men out there just keeping it in heavy rotation. And then there's some women that were fans of his that understood his message, understood what he stood for and what he was pushing. And they had good things to say about him. Not like, clown ass women like Vivica Fox and Jada Pinkett. These type of women, the feminist women that don't like what he stood for. If the shoe fits, wear it. If it don't apply, let it fly. Shouldn't be mad at what the man said. But anyway, let me get into this last scripture and close it out. This is Proverbs 6:32. But whosoever committed adultery with a woman lacketh understanding, and he that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. So let's take this into account to what the video I played. The man who was over there eating old girl out, he lacked understanding. He went in this man's house and was butt naked in this man's house and have no idea when this man might show up. You listening to what this woman said. You shouldn't even have been there. You shouldn't even be dealing with another man's woman. And at that, you put yourself in that situation, and the scriptures say he destroyed his own soul. That's how he destroyed his soul. If my man went upside his head with the hammer and made you fly into the tub, the water that was being ran, the tub for the bath y'all was about to take together, and he tossed that radio in there and you burnt up and you done, that's how you destroyed your soul. Because you committed adultery with an adulterous woman. Something you should never had yourself in. No situation you should have ever had yourself in. Verse 33. A wound and a dishonor shall he get. He was wounded. And there's no honor because he's a goner. And his reproach shall not be wiped away. Verse 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. That's why he didn't spare you. That's why you caught one to the head. You caught one to the head and you dead because why? Because you touched the rage of that man. you had you was getting it in with this man's woman. He came in and had to see this. Now that's gonna haunt this man, because guess what? If he does, if he's go down for this, it's gonna haunt him every day, because he made the wrong choice and wrong decision. He shouldn't have never even done that. When he walked in on that woman, he should have busted him out and told dude, get the hell out the house, and then tell her you got X amount of time to pack your shit. And he should have just he shouldn't even left it's his place. It's his place. Make their asses get out. If old boy want to start, if old boy want to, if the dude want to act stupid with you, then yeah, defend yourself, put the nigga out. But you shouldn't have committed no double homicide. Then neither one of them is worth it. But it is what it is. You got spirits created. For the Most High created spirits, to jump on people, to have them do certain things. And more and more, this is going to happen. A lot of you women out there, you doing all this deceiving and this deceitful shit. There's punishments coming. There's consequences coming. So you need to really think twice about things that you're doing. These type of women, I'm talking about adulterous women, because it's going to catch up to you. If you don't catch the bad one from that man, you're going to catch it on the back end when Isaiah 32:9 takes effect. So with that, I'm going to bring this video to a close. Hopefully it was edifying for those who was able to tune in. I say all praise, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Harakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders in Great Millstone. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. I say shalom.